over £342,000 in prize money and 50 races in all, and Burrough Lad leads to the first. Wayward Lad is second and Coombs Ditch is third. The next one they take is the first of 4 open ditches, and it's Burrough Lad from Wayward Lad and Coombs Ditch, and Wayward Lad much closer comes to it. The bold jump by him. See the shadow of Coombs Ditch, so that one was over safely in third place. They swing right-handed. Burrough Lad, Wayward Lad and Coombs Ditch. So cat and mouse, tactics, tension. Burrough Lad, the leader. Wayward Lad in second place and Coombs Ditch in third. So they've got 4 fences to jump when they level up into the far straight. The first one is a plain fence. That's the one that's just homing into the picture now. A plain fence then. And as they come down to it, it's Burrough Lad from Wayward Lad and Coombs Ditch. This is the third. 2 jumped it together. Coombs Ditch jumped with plenty of daylight between himself and the fence. This is a fence. This is a ditch, I should say. A ditch. Burrough Lad as they come to it. Burrough Lad from Wayward Lad. And Coombs Ditch jumping a bit better now. Going down towards the 5th. Burrough Lad, Wayward Lad. Matching strides as they go into this. And Wayward Lad the better jump. Wayward Lad, Burrough Lad as they go to the 6th. 2, 1, up. And again the better jump by Wayward Lad. Burrough Lad on the inner. Coombs Ditch back in third. And John Oakesy at this stage. Things going according to plan, would you say?
These are the new tactics, there's no doubt about that. Wayward Lad isn't tracking Burrough Lad, he's taking him on, and on at least 2 occasions, at least 2 fences, he has outjumped him. And of course, if he can do that, it's just conceivable that he might tempt Burrough Lad into error. This big horse used to make the odd mistake. Coming to the first fence in the straight now. They both jumped it perfectly well, with Wayward Lad just about half a length in front. That's not a particularly satisfactory situation for John Frankham, because if you're half a length in front, your horse quite often, you see, Burrough Lad didn't jump that well. Wayward Lad got a length there. This is undoubtedly going according to Robert Earnshaw's plan at the moment. Wayward Lad going beautifully as they come to what will be the next time round. They both pinged that. Coombs Ditch was jumping a little bit big to begin with, but now he's warmed up and is going with them. So as they go past the crowded and thrilled stands, back to you, Graham.
Burrough Lad on the inside of Wayward Lad. Coombs Ditch going well, close up, in third. So they head away into the country to the water jump. This is the 10th. Burrough Lad, Wayward Lad, Coombs Ditch. Burrough Lad on the inside. Wayward Lad on the outer. Coombs Ditch in third. Another plain fence. This is the 11th. Wayward Lad on the right. And Burrough Lad the better jump there. Come down towards the second last ditch, the 12th. Burrough Lad, Wayward Lad, Coombs Ditch. Burrough Lad from Wayward Lad. Beautiful jump from Burrough Lad, absolutely magnificent. Wayward Lad is in second place, just gets a slap down his shoulder there. Coombs Ditch is in third, not done with, 7 to jump. And John Oakesy, John Frankham having none of this being out-jumped, is he?
No, he really went for a long one there and got it. A marvellous sight. And what a race this is now. Wayward Lad did just get a tap down the shoulder. He's not by any means on a tight rein, and Coombs Ditch isn't by any means out of it either. They're coming now towards the fence which ended Arkle's career in this race long ago, but let's hope that neither of them makes that kind of mistake. No, they don't. They jump it beautifully, and Coombs Ditch isn't at all far behind them. Robert Earnshaw still sitting fairly motionless on Wayward Lad. He hasn't really asked him, and I think John will start asking Burrough Lad now. They both ping it together, and it's still not a foregone conclusion. What a marvellous race.
Wayward Lad gets a reminder, gets another reminder. Got to be kept up to his work. There's 5 to jump. It's Burrough Lad, Wayward Lad and Coombs Ditch to go into the fence together. Marvellous sight that. Wayward Lad on the outside of Burrough Lad and Coombs Ditch back in third. They go to the last on the far side, the 4th from home. And it's Wayward Lad and Burrough Lad and Coombs Ditch creeping ever closer. Coombs Ditch within a length, and Wayward Lad, Robert Earnshaw, trying to ask that one to quicken. He's not finding a lot. And Burrough Lad, John Frankham's got the inside of him. But look at Colin Brown on Coombs Ditch just in behind these. What a race. They've got 3 more fences to jump. And it looks as if Wayward Lad is in distress and beginning to beat a retreat. Burrough Lad going on from Coombs Ditch. Can Wayward Lad now, back in 3rd place, find any reserves? It doesn't look as if he can. But it's Coombs Ditch, the challenger to Burrough Lad. And Wayward Lad is out on his feet. They've got 3 more to jump. And it's Burrough Lad from Coombs Ditch. Burrough Lad on the inside. Coombs Ditch switched to the inside there. They've got 2 to jump. This is where John Frankham's going to have to ask Burrough Lad to quicken. If it were a handicap, Coombs Ditch would be getting a stone and a half. But it's Burrough Lad. Burrough Lad from Coombs Ditch. Wayward Lad back in 3rd place, beaten and in distress. They've got 1 more fence to jump. And it's Burrough Lad on the right, Coombs Ditch on the left. And there's not that much to choose between the 2 of them as they come down towards the last. Burrough Lad and Coombs Ditch. Burrough Lad and Coombs Ditch. How do they meet it? They meet it together. Burrough Lad on the near side, Coombs Ditch on the far side. Both jockeys going for absolutely everything. Burrough Lad and Coombs Ditch, nothing to choose between the 2. Burrough Lad sticking his neck out, but so too is Coombs Ditch. They're locked in combat at the line. Burrough Lad and Coombs Ditch have gone past the post absolutely together. And the only sad sight of this King George VI chase is Wayward Lad, who was trailed in last and in afraid looked in some distress, but was beaten some way out. And so the outcome of this King George VI steeplechase, the outcome is a photo between number 1, Burrough Lad, owned by Mr. Stan Riley, trained it up at Lambourne by Mrs. Jenny Pipman and ridden by John Frankham, if he's prevailed. John Frankham's 67th winner of the season, but it's mighty, mighty close, because Coombs Ditch, the only other horse there in the picture, number 2, owned by Mr. R.J. Torrey, trained at Whitby by David Ellsworth and ridden by Colin Brown, has given Burrough Lad the fright of his life. Let's review the closing stages. Here's John.
And what we're seeing here is a magnificent feat of training by David Ellsworth, because even if Coombs Ditch hasn't quite got there, this is his first steeplechase, and coming to the 2nd last, his first steeplechase for 20 months, and coming to the 2nd last, he's really getting John Frankham worried on Burrough Lad. The champion is under full pressure now. He really needs a good jump coming to the last, and in fact, if anything, Coombs Ditch jumps it just a little bit better. Colin Brown on Coombs Ditch over on the far side, coming to the last now. Let's slow it down a bit and see how they jump it. Coombs Ditch, perfect. Burrough Lad possibly just a little bit close. Coombs Ditch not all that fast into his stride. And now John Frankham pulls the whip through into his left hand and exerts the full power of the finish, which has won him more races than any other jockey in jumping history. I think it wins him this one, but what a marvellous race the blinkered Coombs Ditch has run. He keeps sticking out his head all the way to the line. Colin Brown asking for everything and getting it, but I don't think it's quite enough. As the post comes up now, it looks as though Burrough Lad's dark brown head is just in front, but what a race